Good morning, everyone. I'm Neelu Kumari, student teacher of Army Institute of Education. Today I'm going to talk about factors affecting listening skills. So let's begin. So, firstly, what is listening? Before coming to the direct meaning of listening, let us know where the word listening is derived from. The word listening is derived from Old English word "helisenen", which means to hear. And here's a brief etymology of this. From Old English, we get helisenen, which means to hear and hearsken. Then it is evolved over time and influenced by Middle English and became listenen or listening, which means to hear or pay attention to. Then eventually leading to the modern English term listen. Now, what is listening? Listening is basically an active process of receiving, interpreting, and responding to spoken and sometimes unspoken messages. Listening is basically the process of receiving language through the ears, involving the identification of speech sounds and their conversion into words and sentences. It involves paying attention to sound and understanding the meaning of words and reacting appropriately to the information being communicated. Listening is more than just hearing. It requires cognitive effort and engagement. Now, let us move further and see stages of listening. There are 5 stages of listening: receiving, understanding, remembering, evaluating, and responding. So, firstly, what is receiving? Receiving is hearing and attending to the message being communicated. Then comes understanding. Until understanding is basically comprehending the meaning of the message. Basically, we attempt to learn the meaning of message. Then comes remembering. Remembering is retaining and recalling the information that is received. It improves your memory of a message by processing it meaningfully. Then comes evaluating. Evaluating is basically assessing the message's content and significance. It is judging the value of the message. And then the last stage is responding. Responding just means providing feedback or a reaction to the message. Then, what is listening skills? Listening skills are the abilities that enable individuals to effectively receive, interpret, and respond to spoken and non-verbal messages. These skills are essential for clear and effective communication, whether in personal interactions or professional settings. And good listening involves not just hearing the words, but also understanding the meaning behind them, recognizing emotions, and responding thoughtfully. Key aspects of listening skills include paying full attention, showing engagement through body language, providing feedback, and demonstrating empathy. Developing strong listening skills enhances your relationships, improves teamwork, and fosters better understanding and collaboration. Now, moving further, we can see two definitions given by some linguistics or scholars. The first one is listening ability to accurately receive and interpret message in the communication process, which is given by Dr. Ralph G. Nicholas. So it is the same that we discussed, but you have to write the definition as it is given by someone, because you can't change the words, because it is the statement given by someone. Then moving further, we will now see types of listening skills. There are various types of listening skills as I mentioned here, but let me quickly tell you some of them. So first one is active listening. Active listening is engaging fully with the speaker, showing interest through verbal or non-verbal cues, and providing feedback to ensure understanding. Then comes biased listening. Biased listening is filtering incoming information based on preconceived beliefs or preferences, which can lead to selective attention and interpretation. Then is deliberative listening. Deliberative listening is focusing on understanding complex or important messages, often involving careful consideration and reflection before responding. Then, talking about sympathetic listening, it is showing compassion and understanding towards the speaker's emotions, offering support and validation without judgment. Then, appreciative listening, listening for enjoyment, pleasure, or aesthetic appreciation, such as when enjoying music, poetry, or storytelling, without necessarily seeking deeper understanding or analysis. Then, moving further, let us see our main topic, what are the factors affecting listening skills. So there are various factors affecting listening skills. Some of them are environmental factors, physiological factors, situational factors, psychological factors, cultural factors, and technological factors. Let's discuss these factors one by one. So, environmental factors. Under environmental factors, there are noise and physical setting. Noise is basically an external distraction like loud music or chatter can impede concentration. For instance, trying to listen to a lecture in a noisy cafeteria. Obviously, it will affect our listening skills. Then, the second is physical setting. The location and setup of listening environment, such as well lit and comfortable room versus a crowded and uncomfortable space, can obviously affect our focus and attention, hence affecting our listening skills. Then comes physiological factors. Under this, hearing impairments. Individuals with hearing impairments may struggle to accurately receive auditory information. For example, a person with partial hearing loss may miss important details during a conversation. So it will affect his or her listening skills. Second is health conditions. Physical ailments like fatigue, illness, or medical side effects can impact cognitive function, obviously, leading to reduced listening ability. For instance, feeling drowsy during a lecture due to lack of sleep. Then moving forward, let us see the psychological factors and situational factors. So under psychological factors, first one is emotional state. Strong emotions like stress, anxiety, or excitement can interfere with the concentration and comprehension. For instance, feeling anxious during a job interview may hinder the ability to fully process the question, I mean. And then coming to preconception and biases, pre-existing beliefs, stereotypes, or prejudices can influence how information is received and interpreted. For example, interpreting a political speech differently based on one's political affiliation. Okay, so moving further to situational factors, the first one is purpose of listening. The reason for listening, whether it's to obtain information, provide support, or engage in social interaction, can affect listening strategies and attention, of course. For instance, listening to a friend's emotional venting requires empathetic listening skills. And then, relationship with speaker. The nature of the relationship between the listener and the speaker can impact receptiveness and engagement. For example, being more attractive to a supervisor's instructions compared to a stranger's direction. Obviously, if you will have good relationship with the speaker, you will listen to him well rather than listening to a stranger, random stranger. Then moving further, we have cultural factors and technological factors. Under cultural factors, we have language and communication style. Differences in language proficiency, accents, or communication styles can affect comprehension. For instance, struggling to understand colloquial expression in a foreign language. Then comes to cultural norms. Cultural indifferences in communication norms, such as turn-taking patterns or acceptable levels of directness, can influence listening behavior. For example, in some cultures, it's customary to maintain prolonged eye contact while listening, while in others, it may be considered rude. Moving forward to technological factors, which are the last factors that we are discussing today. First is digital distractions. So we all are using smartphone nowadays, and we know that our mobile phone is our biggest distraction. So access to smartphones, social media, or other digital devices can divert our attention away from listening. For example, checking notification during a conference call, or you are attending a class and you are continuously using a phone. So it is a distraction and you are not listening to your teacher. Then second is quality of audio equipment. Poor audio quality or technical issues with devices like microphones or speakers can hinder comprehension. For instance, struggling to understand a speaker due to a malfunctioning microphone. So these are some of the factors which affect our listening skills. And in the end, the conclusion. So while concluding, I just want to say listening is a crucial aspect of communication involving various stages from receiving to responding. Listening skills include various types such as active, empathetic, critical listening, and there are many more. So, and there are various factors such as environmental factors, physiological, psychological factors, cultural factors that can impact our ability to listen effectively. By understanding and addressing these factors, we can obviously enhance our listening skills, leading to a better communication and strong relationship in both professional and personal settings. Okay, guys, thank you so much. That's all for today.